Hello everyone, welcome to Feartalaes Ghost Stories channel, and today's story is continuing from the previous part, Chapter 2, Revelation. The old Taoist waved his hand to stop them, then dragged a long wooden bench to the center of the courtyard and sat down saying, "Wu Liang Tian Zun, this poor Taoist hasn't even had dinner yet. How about letting me eat something first?" Yidagong was stunned for a moment, then ordered his daughter-in-law to prepare food at once. He himself used the excuse of helping her, pulling his son into the kitchen to quietly ask about the old Taoist's background. "I did exactly as you told me," Yibing said. "At first, I went to the town to look for a so-called immortal. While eating steamed buns, I happened to sit at the same table as that Taoist. With just one glance, he said he could see corpse aura on me. When he said he was willing to help us, I brought him back." Then Ye Bing lowered his voice and added, "Father, could this Taoist be a fraud?" Yedagong didn't answer directly. Instead, he asked, "Did he ask for money?" "Yes. He said that after the matter is resolved, we should give him 5,000. 5,000. At that time, for a rural family, this was by no means a small amount. But as long as it could save his grandson, even if it cost his own life, Yedagong would not hesitate. Still, he frowned deeply. If the man was a fraud, not only would they lose money, but they would also delay treatment, and his grandson's condition could worsen. With mixed emotions, Yedagong returned to the courtyard, brewed 2 cups of tea, and sat opposite the old Taoist, trying to chat casually to test him. However, the Taoist barely responded, only saying his Taoist name was Qing Yunzi from Mount Mao, and refusing to say anything else. Yedagong's doubts deepened, but at this point, he could only treat a dead horse as if it were alive. When the food was ready, Qing Yunzi showed no courtesy. He ordered Ye Bing to buy the best wine from the village shop. He then leisurely ate and drank alone for a full hour. Afterward, he wiped his mouth, stretched lazily, slightly drunk, and staggered toward the back room. Watching him walk unsteadily, Yedagong secretly sighed. Inside the room, Qing Yunzi glanced at the child lying on the bed. Seeing the darkened face and blood-red eyes combined with Ye Bing's earlier account, he immediately reached a firm conclusion. He stepped forward, raised his hand, and placed it on the child's head, circulating his inner energy to examine the organs. Suddenly, his entire body trembled. This child possessed a rare innate spiritual body. Observing carefully, Qing Yunzi saw that the child had complete facial features, a firm fate pattern, and a tall, slender build. Truly a once-in-a-generation cultivation talent. Ecstasy surged in his heart. So that's why, he thought, I couldn't leave the mountain smoothly. Fate brought me here to find this child. Wu Liang Tian Zun. Thank you, 3 pure ones, for your blessing. Mount Mao finally has a successor. Ha 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 ha. After laughing foolishly for a long time, Qing Yunzi suppressed his excitement and continued examining the child. He discovered that the child's limbs were icy cold, while the rest of the body burned with heat. Extremely strange. He opened the child's hands. Sure enough, the palms were pitch black, the skin hardened and rough, and the blackness had already spread to the wrists. What a vicious corpse poison. Qing Yunzi sighed inwardly, took out a handful of glutinous rice, and placed it on the child's palm. With a sizzle, green smoke rose, and the rice instantly turned jet black. Taoist, this is... Yidagong and his son were stunned, fearfully asking. Qing Yunzi did not answer. He told Ye Bing to fetch a large bowl, then took out a talisman, drew several lines with cinnabar, gently flicked it, and the talisman ignited on its own. He poured the ashes into the bowl, mixed them with water, and fed it to the child. The unconscious child groaned, woke up, and cried from the cold. Qing Yunzi told Ye Bing to wrap him tightly in a thick quilt and coax him to sleep. Then he took out a compass, muttering incantations. The needle spun wildly and finally pointed toward the head of the bed. Qing Yunzi rushed over, searched the mattress, found nothing, then crawled under the bed without caring about the dust. After a while, he emerged, his expression grave. With a flick of his hand, a red pill appeared. He handed it to Ye Bing and said, "Mix 2 gin of yellow wine with 3 liang of real gar, add a pair of cinnabar pellets and this crimson refining pill. Dissolve it in warm water. Give it to the child once every half hour. It will suppress the corpse poison. Yibing bowed repeatedly in thanks and hurried off. Qing Yunzi returned to the courtyard, sat back on the bench, lifted his wine gourd, and drank slowly, frowning deeply in thought. Yida Gong stepped forward and bowed deeply. Taoist, can my grandson still be saved? Qing Yunzi put down the wine cup, squinted his eyes, and asked coldly, Does your fa... Chapter 2 ends here. See you in part 3. Good night, everyone. Remember to like and subscribe to the channel.